Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Carroll, and I'll be your host on this video tutorial today. And I'm going to show you how to very easily and quickly create a new module, a new custom module within X2 CRM so that you can establish a new module and get it up and running to meet your specific needs very quickly. What you're seeing right now is our dashboard or the home page of the application. To create a new module, one, you have to have administration rights within the system, and you would go to the admin panel and down to X2 Studio customization tools. And the first thing we want to do is we're going to create a module. So I'm going to click on create a module. I'm going to give it a name. And in this regard, what we're going to do is create a new project management module within the system. I'm actually going to create two modules as we go along. So I just created a project module, which automatically gave it a name and created the module with a few default fields that come with that module. Those fields would be who it's assigned to, a description, and a name, which would be required. Now, that has a little value to us, but we're going to expand on that, and we're going to add some fields into that module to be able to use it much more effectively. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, again, add fields to this, and we're going to associate a module or a project with a different account. So I'm going to go into Manage Fields within the customization tools, and I'm going to add a field. To add a field, we simply are going to specify what module we're going to add that field to. In this case, it's going to be the project module, and give it a name. In this case, I want to associate it with an account, give it a field name, and I also give it an account name or an attribute label, which can be anything that you want, and that's what's displayed to the user. I also then want to define what type of field it is. In this case, I want it to be a lookup field. Associate it with existing accounts within the system and allow the system to look up those accounts. When I'm done, I click on Save, and I'm all finished in doing that. One more thing that I have to do, though, before it becomes part of the actual module, is go into the form editor, which is where we're going to display that field to the end user. So I'm going to go back to X2 Studio Customization Tools, go to the form editor, and then I'm going to choose what model or module that we're working with. In this case, it's going to be the project module. And it's going to bring up that quick view that we saw before of what got created automatically. But also notice over on the right-hand side, there's a few additional fields that we could utilize. One of them is that account field, which we had just created. Well, I'm going to drag the account field into the record, and I might want to rearrange the order of what's here. In fact, I'm going to do it that way. And once I have the fields exactly how I want them, I simply click on Save. And we've now saved that, and if I go to the module, I go to the project module, I'll see that change immediately reflected. So if I'm going to go ahead and create a project within that module, there's my new field of account. And still have the name and description fields and who it might be assigned to. But now I'm ready to enter data into the field. So for instance, the project information, maybe we're going to do a project where we're going to launch a product. So I'm going to call it product launch. I'm going to associate it with an account within the system. And I've got a company called Example Company that once I start typing, bring up examples of that are in the system. And I click enter, and it will bring that account information into the field. Description, product launch project. And when I click on create, I've now created an entry into my project module, and I can see a list of different, all the different projects that I have in there. In this case, I only have the one. If I want to see detail, I can click on that name of the project and see the detail of the information that we have put in. Now, in addition, we're going to create a second module called tasks. So what we want to do is we want to list the individual tasks involved in a project and associate the two. So I'm going to go back to the admin, go down to X2 Studio Customization Tools again. And going to create a new module. This one I'm going to call task. And again, it's created with just a handful of fields. And now I want to go in and I want to associate tasks with projects. So I'm going to add a new field, task module. So I'm going to go to Manage Fields. I'm going to add a field to, in this case, the task module. And the field name is going to be task. And also going to label it tasks. And in this case, I can have it be nope, I'm going to add actually the field name of project. I'm going to associate a project with this individual task. And I'm going to also make that a lookup field. I'm going to associate it with projects. I've added the field, and now I want to go to my form editor again. And bring in project, similar to what I did with the project module. And again, I'm going to rearrange the fields a little bit. Makes a little more sense. And when I click on save, it will immediately make that available. And when I go to my task module, I'll see those new fields created. And now if I enter some data, I'm going to put task number 1 and associate that with the project product launch. And I might put a description in if I want to. And click on create. And I've now entered that information into the field. And I've got my task number 1 set up. Notice that the system automatically will relate this task to the product launch down here. And we can rearrange the screen. I can hide the right-hand column and rearrange to make it a little easier to see that product launch has task 1 associated with it. And if I click on product launch under relationships, it will go to the detail on that product, on the project information. Now, a couple other things. Obviously, we can also add additional fields that are descriptive of both what the project's all about and then the individual tasks, what they're all about. But a couple other really powerful things that we can be doing. One thing is we can set up processes for this particular entity, in this case, the project. And I went ahead and pre-did this, and I created a process which determines what different stages do you want to take the project through. In this case, maybe you determine team members, define scope of project, define time frame, but you can specify how you want to move through a different product launch. And a couple other tools that may help in this particular area of project management is that we can set up a forum by which team members can communicate with each other. We have a concept called topics within X2. And this really allows you to communicate. Different team members can come and into this topic area and communicate to each other by simply posting a message. And it can be a running list of communication between the different team members on the project launch team. And you can attach files or photos to this. You can bring images in, different posts along the way, but it's a way to keep track of all that information that is going on. And we can associate from this product launch. We can relate that back to a specific project. And again, simply start typing the name and it will bring up the possible names that are available. And now we've associated this topic with the project product launch. And I can go back and forth between the two to easily get all the information that I need about this project. In addition, we have calendar that we can set up specifically for the project and expand on all of the information that is available. That's as simple as it is to set up a brand new module or modules within X2, add fields to those modules, relate fields to each other, relate modules to each other, and be able to customize the system to specifically what you want to do within your organization. I hope you've found this little video tutorial valuable to you, and hope you'll come back and view many of the other video tutorials that we have on the site. Again, my name's Tom Carroll. I'm with X2Engine, and I appreciate you viewing this video, and see you again in the future.